Hello, welcome to NANDs. It's going to be episode 1, I imagine, because there's a few things I want to do with this. So yeah, one of the important things in like logic is De Morgan's law, which says that the negation of a conjunction is the disjunction of the negations, and the negation of a disjunction is the conjunction of the negations. And that is like, you can like translate that into like various other types, like with like logic gates and all sorts of different like aspects of logic, which obviously is kind of there's various types of logic, aren't there? But another thing, and it's like very important for this sort of stuff. So I've actually spent the last 20 minutes trying to remember that exactly, because I really want to remember that, and I should be able to remember the various the other things as well once I've actually got the wording down. But what I wanted to do here is something which I kind of started on. I haven't really finished it, but I thought, you know what, I've had this around for about a week, and I thought, you know what, let's just get on with it, and then I'm going to carry on to do some more stuff. And there's a few things I want to talk about. So yeah, it's basically, we have here the NAND gate. So what I'm going to do here, if you look at what I've done in the NAND gates, in the rftools logic gate thing, I've basically just put on 1, 3, 5, and 7. So yeah, it's basically just like, so obviously it's just like 0, 0, it returns 1. In the third line, 0, 1 returns 1. 1, 0 returns 1, and then 1, 1. Returns 0. So just a standard NAND gate basically, and I've just ignored C basically. So that was the thinking behind this. So we can see 0, 0, and then the other two, and then so yeah, basically just a standard NAND gate, right? Now for this, the NOT gate, I kind of made it like a bit interesting. This is because of the way that I was thinking of. I was kind of looking forward to how to do mux and demux. It's kind of like an interesting thing, though, really. Like, if you're going to do a NOT gate with NANDs, it kind of actually, like in like actual electronics, I was looking into this. There's like something called, what was it, SPST and SPDT. Yeah, it's kind of like an interesting thing. Like, there's like I had it in my in an electronics book I was looking at. What are they called? Let's just look at the index. I'm just going to very briefly do this. It'll only take like about 10 seconds. Yeah, the SP, yeah, the different types of switch. Yeah, because when you look at what it says in like a book about the difference, like yeah, there's a single pole, single throw switch. It can make, the component can make or break a contact at only one point in the circuit. It's a two-position device, on, off, or make, break. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, there's actually a really funny thing. Yeah, there's what I was actually what I was, I think the reason why I even mentioned that was because I was looking at something called like a don't care. Don't care is actually a funny, even though you might not think it is actually like a proper electronic term. And I guess that's kind of what's happening here, because obviously when I do this, the whole thing is lighting up. So I could just have one, and I could just say that it's just one going into a NOT. But it's like, it's the thing is, it's like it's a kind of like about the combining of the different elements. So I thought that was kind of cool. So obviously, like, now you could say, oh, it just looks like a it's just, it's, the thing is, this state is not really the point of it. I don't know. I found it kind of like an interesting way to show a NOT gate. But yeah, I think it's kind of interesting, and I think it's like more like it's more accurate. But it's like it's hard to see why you would do that rather than just have one input. But it is true. But I think it is good anyway. Anyway, the NOT gate has always been a bit funny. Even when I did this stuff before, it was a bit funny. What was I doing with this? Yes, so I went into the NAND, and then yeah, we just went straight into another NAND like that. So like, yeah, like I've mentioned before, if you look at all these gates, I'm not going to like open every single one, but they're all exactly the same. But you can see here that like yeah, here's the output over here anyway. So yeah, so like I say, basically you've just got one NAND. But the thing is, the whole point of this is that everything can be made with NAND gates. So you could theoretically do like the whole lot of all this stuff with NAND, which is quite appealing actually. But as you can see, this is actually a proper AND gate though. So 0, 0 returns 0. You know, either one of these two returns 0. And there we can see the 1. So we can see that, yeah. So it's basically, it's going in like, yeah. So this, obviously, in any other situation, this this section of the circuit is on, which is obviously going to be NANDed here. So yeah. And the thing is, obviously, they come in at the same point. So again, it's kind of similar to what's going on there when you think about it. But yeah, well, it's exactly the same, really. But yeah, so there's an AND. And what was happening here? Here we have the OR. Oh, this is as far as or did I have another one over? No, I think I just went to OR. Looks like I didn't actually do as much as I thought I did. I have to do the others in a minute. Well, it'll be another video, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to actually try and do the multiplexer and the demultiplexer as well with the because you could in theory do it because you could have the control bit in C, couldn't you? The selector bit rather, not the control bit. Well, there's you. Well, yeah, it would be the selector anyway. So yeah, as you can see, this is got an OR. So again, I had to do this thing with like putting the input in at 2 different spots. Yeah. So I think the way it looks is pretty cool. So as you can see, so an OR gate obviously is going to return 0, 1, 1, 1. So we can see it's off here. So let's look at any other state. Yep, that's on. Yep, that's on. And on. Cool. So yeah. So we can just briefly look at the these sorts of states. So you can see that when we got one of the inputs on, we're yeah, you can almost see it like a. The thing is, you may as well just see it like a NOT gate when it's like this, because it really reduces itself like to 0 and 0 and 1, 1, 1 in a way, doesn't it? So yeah, so you can see it's not getting the signal here. And the only way it's not going to get the signal here is if this one is in the other state as well, which of course results, yeah. And obviously at 0, 0, nothing's going through apart from these two, which turns it off. So yeah, yeah. I mean that's basically it. It has to have the power from these two, but it's pretty cool anyway. Yeah. One will not do in terms of yeah, in terms of that. Yeah. So yeah, like I say, it's on in 3. Yeah, I meant in this gate. But yeah, the only way it's going to be off is in this situation. And then I think also NOR. Funnily enough, NOR. The OR gate is interesting because NOR is the only. Because I think it's only NOR and NANDs that can make every other gate. Obviously, that's the reason I chose to do it like this. But yeah, I'm going to look at the other gates though. But yeah, as you can see, all these are exactly the same. Yeah, that's about all for now. Thanks for watching.